January 26, 2021. Please take a moment of silence for your own intentions. Please stand for the pledge salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, a public notice of this meeting has been sent to board members, all district schools, the Herald News, the Suburban Trends, the Record, the Messenger, West Milford Town Hall, the County Superintendent's Office, the Board Attorney, Cablevision of Warwick, and West Milford TV 77, and posted in the Administration Building. Copies of the board meeting, calendar, resolution were provided to all local media, Town Hall, Township Library, and all district schools. Mr. Francisco, roll call.
Mrs. Romeo?
Here.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Here.
Mr. Conklin? Mrs. Dwyer?
Here.
Mr. Guarino?
Here.
Mrs. O'Brien?
Here.
Mr. Oshinsky?
Here.
Mr. Stillman?
Here.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Here. Okay, to all my fellow board members, thanks for showing up tonight. I know the weather is not great, but it's very much appreciated. Okay, Superintendent's report, Dr. Anna.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our regular January meeting. We're going to have one change to the superintendent's report. The Eagle Scout project is going to be moved to February, so we will hear from one of our high school seniors in a month for a project at Aptua School. And an update for our hybrid learning model that we're doing so far. We are at the secondary level, Macbeth in high school. We just started our third marking period. So the first and second marking period, which is semester one, finished last Friday. We started our second semester, which is our third marking period, on Monday, just yesterday, actually. So students, in some cases, switched classes, semester classes ended, new semester classes beginning, and obviously full-year classes continued on through. So our high school admins and Macbeth admins, they're meeting with their intervention and referral services teams daily, weekly, to look for students to bring back to school for 5 days a week instruction from one of the cohorts. So we have our A cohort, our B cohort, and they're looking to bring some additional students back on a need basis, on a space availability basis, but on a need basis. So the students who need the most academic support are at the top of the list, and the students who may not need as much support are a little bit down the priority list. At the elementary levels, we are in the middle of our second trimester. This year we did switch from 4 marking periods at the elementary level to 3. So we now have 3 trimesters, 3 report cards. We're roughly halfway. We're in the middle of trimester 2 at the K-5 level. So teachers sent home report cards at the end of first trimester, and we're about halfway through the school year now. Our elementary principals spent the better part of the last month. I know we mentioned in December we were looking to bring additional students back at the K-5 level 5 days a week, and we've been doing that for the past month. I took a look just the other day. This is based on Friday's numbers. But of all the eligible elementary students, which is to say, if you take out the all virtual students, we have about 67%, about 2/3 of our students are in the building every day at the K-5 level. So I know we looked at a cohort A and B as half and half, but when you increase the 5-day cohort, it necessarily increases both those days. So we're looking at about, if you take out the virtual students, we're looking at about 2/3 of the students are in school on any given day, which is a lot more than we started with in the fall. So, and again, that's on a need basis. The students who need the most support were asked to come back first, probably started in November, and we worked our way, and here we are now finishing January. We're halfway done with the school year, and we're doing well there. And lastly, we do our student council president was not able to make it tonight, but she did email me a statement she would like read, so I have it here. This is from Amanda Gerald, our student council president. Good evening, Dr. Ranamone and distinguished members of the West Milford Board of Education. The student council is currently planning for the spring and fall of 2021. This past year, as everyone knows, has been stifling for us and has put the brakes on just about all of our programs. We are all glad that 2020 is over and are looking forward to the day when we can put this horrible epidemic behind us. The winter sports season has just begun, and we are all looking forward to great yet shortened seasons. Home games will be streamed on the high school TV Science YouTube channel. She gave me the link here, but it's on our website if you're looking for it. So parents, families, and friends can watch the events, and I'll add in here, for free. There's no cost to that. Teams are also working with other schools to try and share all games so that parents can watch as many games as possible, since at the current time, spectators are not allowed at events. And again, I'll just update, Governor Murphy, I think yesterday it was, mentioned that he's looking into the possibility of allowing some spectators at winter sports events, indoor winter sports events, a little bit later in the season, giving priority to senior parents. So there is some hope looking ahead. Continuing along, the West Milford High School Student Council is hoping to start virtual activities such as Trivia Night, which had some success last spring. We are also looking into options for Senior Choice Awards and Highlander Day. Finally, we are still making donations to local charities, food banks, families in need, and investigating ways to raise funds so we can continue to donate to community causes, as that has always been a big part of what the Student Council does. We are patient, but anxious to get back to our student activities. When this is all over, West Milford High School Student Council will come back bigger and better than ever. Sincerely, Amanda Gerald.
Can I add something?
Sure.
Can I add that? Okay, last week, our theater arts kids participated in what is the equivalent of what used to be the Teen Arts Festival, and they did exceptionally well. I'd like to congratulate them. Second place comedic monologue was Victoria Ivanacek. Second place improv pairs was Jack Riley and Thomas Dinan. Third place musical solo was Mia Grzudi. Fifth place dramatic pairs was Grzudi and Ivanacek. So thank you for representing our school, and thank you for doing such a wonderful job. And they should be congratulated, and I want to give them a shout out and an applause. Okay. All right. Dr. Ranamone, do you have anything else?
That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay. Director of Education, Mr. Novak.
Thank you, Terry. I would like to just provide a brief update. It was a question at, I think, our workshop meeting about status of district branding. And in case you're wondering what that's in reference to, we did adopt our updated goals. I'm just going to read goal number 1 as it relates to the topic: to develop a plan to advance communication and consistent methods of communication and to enhance branding throughout the district. So in our early conversations, we believe that our website is that first sort of go-to piece when you're talking about communication and district branding. It has been a discussion piece probably in this room at many committees and many discussions for a number of years. So we are at that point now. I can speak for Robert Winston, who's in the room with us and part of our technology committee, that he is in the process of looking for updated or new web designers or vendors for us to work with. And I don't know if start from scratch is the phrase, but I think we're open to all options for how we can move forward. In the short term, what we've been able to accomplish at the district and high school athletic department level to this point is the collection of all of our staff members and their social media accounts. and the ability to collect them in one place. So if you have been on our website recently, you may notice that the bottom right panel, that is the district Twitter feed, or district Twitter and Facebook. The district Twitter feed has now been populated with all of the district level tweets or professionals who are tweeting on behalf of the district. Our principals, our supervisors, our central office staff are all collected there on our homepage. We have also, I'm not sure if it's completed, but we began the process. Robert, give me a thumbs up. Is that done? The athletics? Okay, so we are in the process now of collecting all of the Twitter accounts for all of our coaches and putting that all in a similar way on our athletics homepage. So the goal of this is to, I guess, funnel, depending on what parent or what, student what program your students participate in, you might follow this coach or that coach and not get the complete picture. So now that we have this ability to streamline all of our social media accounts in one way on a particular page, is going to give the community a little bit more access to get a broader picture. And following along those lines, we know that our high school teachers, our department leaders, our elementary teachers, our specialists, you can go right down the list of all the people in our district who do a great job on Twitter, on Instagram, and who are inviting their class into their, our families into their classroom through a web tool. So now we're going to have a better way of collecting those on each school's homepage. So you can expect that the Westbrook homepage will have the collection of all of the Westbrook staff members who are utilizing Twitter and Instagram, and you'll be able to see it all in one place. So that's the step one. That's the part we're working on, and we anticipate that we could have that project completed by our next board meeting. And I would love to be able to, at our next board meeting, drop the screen, give you a brief little click on it, and go through from there. The next item is just a brief little update. I know IXL has been something, I'm even hesitant to bring it up at the board meeting because it has had its share of criticism over the years. We are in the process, and I've mentioned it, I think, a few times in this room about what I call a controlled abandonment. We see tremendous value in the math resource of IXL in certain courses at certain grades. But we do see the opportunity to trend away from it in grades kindergarten, first and second grade. So we are we're in the process of bringing in a program called ST Math. It is a program that receives rave reviews for its ability to develop deep thinking, perseverance, and problem solving in our youngest students. It lacks language barriers, so it is very picture oriented. It is game based. It does not penalize for trying and trying and trying. It just continues to encourage. So that's been some of the criticism on IXL in the past, is that if a student gets a incorrect answer, that it knocks them back and their score goes down. This takes a different approach, and it's an encouraging, fun, game-based process. Our staff began the training for this last week on our early dismissal PD day, and they are completing some self-guided modules for training between now and our February 16th full day of staff development. And on that day, we'll have a trainer from ST Math who will work with our staff and kind of finish off the training. It's our anticipation that this will go live with students in grades K1 and 2 on February 17th. There is a elaborate parent information component that comes with this, so families can anticipate receiving all that information on the Friday before President's Day weekend, so we can take a look. I'll do a demonstration at our next board meeting for this platform. It's a significant change from what we've done in the past, so I think it deserves the the attention that we're giving it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, go ahead. No, go ahead, you go.
I just have a couple questions. With the district Twitter feed. I love that. I'm wondering, somebody who doesn't have Twitter, are they able to see and access?
Yeah, so it puts the tweets on the page, and it's a scrolling panel.
And then my other question for that is, are you encouraging, you talked about the administrators and the coaches, and I didn't or missed or leave out the teachers. Are teachers going to be blasting what they're doing in their class, and hey, I did a STEM project, and hey, this was our, inauguration day, activity? Is there going to be different things for teachers?
Yeah, so that we have an administrative meeting tomorrow, and this is the topic on our agenda to make sure that we are following through on that. A majority of our staff are already doing these things, but again, coming back to the goal of building some consistency, like we're not looking to add. We're certainly not looking to add anything to somebody's workload, but we're just looking to, coordinate it and make it a little bit more consistent from one building, one grade to the next.
And I love that too. My only concern is children's privacy. So we have to be a little aware and careful of not putting children's faces or names on this, because this is the worldwide.
Right. Well, yeah, we've got a very elaborate do not photo process and permissions that works through real time. The parent questions that are on there. Every school maintains a very specific list, and you'll see that teachers go through great lengths to make sure that they're very careful about those things.
And then with ST Math, I just Googled it. It looks great. I'm just curious why this one was chosen over others. Was there a price factor?
There wasn't a price factor. We piloted with some select group of teachers last year, and all the schools got their hands on it. We took advantage of, during the pandemic, we had free licenses, so we took advantage of that, and it aligns with our current math program, and it aligns, it adapts to many of the popular programs that we have available to us. So we've talked, and that's one of our goals for the coming year or two, is to possibly transition away from Go Math. So we wanted to have a program that's also adaptive. It aligns with Go Math. It aligns with the other big, publisher textbook series that are out there. I think one of the distinguishing characteristics was what I alluded to earlier, is that it was fun, and that it was game-based, but it still meets the standards. It still allows our teachers to align it with their class content, that they can teach a lesson and then they can use this tool to support. So it checked all the boxes in terms of what we were looking for.
And this one is only math, correct?
This one is only math.
So,
Yep.
I guess that's where my question stems from, is why go with one that's only math and not go with one that has math and the ELA component with it?
Well, at the time, we, to be perfectly honest with you, it was from IXL discussions, and what's the, how do we trend away from IXL while still meeting the needs of our students? And, so it was a math-specific thought process. We have, pretty good interaction with Reading A to Z, and that's one of our main tools in the primary level for reading and writing. So.
Debbie, do you have a question?
I assume special education teachers are part and parcel of these looking at the math curriculum, this math program, and I assume that they're on board with this as well, correct?
Yeah, they were trained as well.
Okay. And feedback overall from special ed was good?
Feedback with special ed, so what we probably started several years back, I'm not really sure exactly how long now, but we really have involved the special education teachers in the same way that we do the general education teachers. So they're part of all of the discussions, the subgroups, the trainings. Even now, a lot of our curriculum work is kind of, I guess you could say, more of a universal design so that it meets all learners
Right,
at
so
different levels,
tactile,
tactile, differentiated, yeah.
Okay.
And that's one of the benefits of this is that the ST Math has a very limited use of language, very limited, even like directions and instructions. It's intuitive. It's designed for try, test, revise. It's designed for the students to to come up to a task that they can't do and be able to work through it and figure it out without putting their hand up and having someone tell them what to do. It's to build perseverance. It's to build deep thinking. It's to build that stick-to-itiveness that I don't think we see widespread in our current math process.
All right, so you say limited wording, so I assume you're introducing math words, like we're doing addition, subtraction, that kind of stuff, so like counting, ONE is one, that kind, I mean, there's going to be language in this, correct?
Not necessarily.
Okay, Ray?
So, I know you said it was piloted with a group of teachers. I've said this before, but I encourage you to pick a group of teachers that might have a different opinion than you might, so you can kind of get a good feel. Second, can you get us other school districts that are using the ST Math, so maybe we can talk to board members from those other school districts to see what their feelings
Sure.
about that program?
Yep.
Debbie, were you satisfied with everything?
I'm all right.
Kate?
Can we talk about ST Math? Sorry, Ray.
That's okay.
Fix that.
I'll come back.
We talked about ST Math, and I'm new to the education committee. I've only had one meeting so far. Haven't heard about it there yet. I'm wondering, has it been discussed in the year prior?
I brought it up last year when we were piloting it.
Thank you.
I think the one thing I just want to kind of mention to piggyback on what Dan was saying, where I think it is more user-friendly for special needs students, is that it has a very big visual reasoning and visual component, and many of our students with special needs require more of a visual or tactile learning to grasp the concepts of math. So I think that there is going to still be obviously some kind of language, but it approaches it from a different way, from what I remember about it.
Right.
And this is just like an online learning thing, similar to what IXL was. It's a supplement.
It's a supplement, right.
Our
It's a supplementary tool. Right.
What is, I don't know if you know it right off the bat, but what is the cost of this tool?
I don't know it off the bat.
Okay.
Right. You're only planning to use it as a tool.
Yeah, it's a practice tool.
Yeah,
It's not a replacement program. It's not, it's not earth-shaking. It's a supplement to, we sit at WAMPA, superintendent roundtable month after month, and people want to know when are we going to trend away from IXL. So we've acted on that, and, and we've, I think it's a great tool. I'll demonstrate it. So Debbie, so your question about is there going to be language? I think once you see the demonstration, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I can share a link with the board afterwards so you can see the demo.
I'm going to pull on practice in my class.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Right?
No, I mean, I get what you're saying about, it seems like you said it's more fun and, what would you say, it's not punitive?
Well, right. So a student is encouraged to try and continue to try until they master the concept rather than get discouraged if they lose points when they get it wrong. And I think that's been a lot of the feedback we've had from IXL over the years, is that the student was just to that point of getting, finishing, and they got knocked down, and they went again. So this sort of flips the conversation and encourages a student to continue on, in a more enticing sort of manner.
Eventually, it will just be K-5, is that our...
Well, I don't know. I think those are things we'll talk about. We piloted it in some of the upper grades, and I think with the lack of background knowledge, we, the feedback K2 was great, and the feedback 3-6 was, yeah. So we'll see as we go.
And because it's a supplemental tool, right? You can do different things.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a million supplemental tools, and across K-12, this is just another one of those tools.
Dan, have the parents been involved in the discussion of this ST program? Because they were so critical of the IXL that I thought you were going to bring them into the discussion of this program.
Well, yeah, we have SRT this week where I was going to talk about it.
Okay. So, and one final question, I'm just curious. Does it give the teachers a report of how the children are trending?
Yeah, it gives them everything in real time.
Anyone else? Okay, Dan, do you have anything else?
No, I don't.
Okay. Special reports and correspondence, Barb?
We have the minutes from the December 15th meeting, the regular, and the executive session.
Okay, second. Okay. Second, right? Any discussion? All right. All in favor? All right, President's report, Mr. Van Dyke, there is no report at this time. And public comment. This portion of the meeting is open to members of the public for the purpose of addressing resolutions on this agenda only. Members of the public who have requested to speak prior to the meeting will be recognized by the chair first. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes for a period of 30 minutes, and then time permitting, other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute period transpires. All members of the public speaking during this public comment period are asked to address topics listed in the agenda. All speakers are asked to sign the register provided and to give their full name, spell their last name, group affiliation if appropriate, and provide their address. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and respectful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged, and the board and the administration will not respond to them. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded to them by the laws of New Jersey. The board is not responsible and is not liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments. Members of the public are reminded that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Mr. Francis, do we have anyone who wants to speak?
No one
Okay,
contacted me.
anyone from the public who wishes to speak?
Seeing none, I'd like to close public comments.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, now, I need a motion to
I just want to
adopt.
make a couple edits. Hold on. I'd like to make a few edits to the agenda. First of all, on page 8, Personnel Student Affairs, Resolution Number 25. We can strike through the name Michelle Mantillon and pull that name from the agenda. And then on that same page, number 27, we're going to add a name to the Academic Support Club. The name is Rosemary Jansen, Jansen, and it still is Apshua School. And then on page 10, at the top of the page, Personnel Student Affairs, Resolution Number 31, we're going to add a name. The teacher name is Serena, Syrena, last name capital L-O, capital R-E, and the assignment is National Honor Society. And the stipend is $645.60. And then the last change is on the following page, page 11, top of page 11. We have just slightly alter the resolution. The top paragraph, where it says, "Now therefore be it resolved," we're going to strike out the last sentence from where it says, Then employees serving in the same department with employee will do the same, comma, then any other employee wishing to do a day may do so. You can strike that sentence fragment out. So that last sentence should read, or that paragraph should read, now therefore be it resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent that the board hereby approves the donation and transfer of 1 sick day per voluntary employee to employee number 4432 in the order designated on the list maintained in the business administrator's office, such that employees serving in the same position as the employee will, if they wish, donate 1 day each to the employee, and be it further resolved, and you can continue. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Make the motion to adopt the agenda.
Reading the hand carry.
And the hand carries.
Alrighty. Okay, education. Kate, would you take that?
Sure.
Huh? Oh, we have to vote on the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Kate.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve 1 through 5 of the education.
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call?
Mrs. Dwyer,
Yes.
Mr. Guarino,
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mr. Stillman, Mr. Ovchinsky,
Yeah.
Mrs. Romeo,
Yes.
Mr. Conklin,
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien,
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Personnel, Student Affairs, Courtney?
I'd like to make a motion to approve 1 through 32 plus the hand carry 33 and 34. Second.
Is there any discussion? Kate?
I was wondering, and I know we talked about this last week, number 27, I still said over that some schools have more support after school than others. And so I was wondering if the teacher comes up next month or something and would like to decide that they can do that now, maybe their childcare is different, maybe their situation's different, is that still something we would look to do? Like Westford, for instance, only has 1, when Ashua and Maple Road now have 3. Would that be
Yeah, so,
something?
yes, absolutely, it's a rolling process. However, I want to give a shout out to, well, actually, all these people, thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
But here at Westbrook, Jen Casperson has taken on many more hours here to make sure that they can service as many kids. So, big shout out to her for going ahead and doing that. So we do not see that the Westbrook school students will be serviced any less than any of the other schools. So if we...
happy to hear, and that was going to be my second thing, Jan, was commenting just that, like, other school districts are wishing that they were offered this and had this support for their students, and I'm so thankful that we do, and I'm really grateful for these people that have stepped up to do it for our students, because in a time like now, we need it, so thank you.
Right,
I'm glad to hear
and it's a standing offer, so as,
Good.
this is something that isn't going away. Kids will continuously need support, and we can add more to the agenda next month if need be.
Wonderful.
Ray?
So, under that item, it says hourly rate, and it says not to exceed 20 hours. Are we doing the right thing for Jen then? You said she's taking on many more hours.
Right, so between now and the next, she'll be adjusted at the next board meeting.
Okay.
She'll continue. So they're not going to finish these hours between now and the next board meeting, so... So I think the number we talked about, that she's going to start off scheduling approximately 30 hours worth, and then we can adjust from there.
Any other questions, discussion, comments? Okay. Roll call?
Mrs. Stevenson,
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien,
Yes.
Mr. Guarino,
Hang on. Yes on all, and I'm through from 22.
Mr. Ovchinsky, Mrs. Romeo,
Yes.
Mr. Conklin,
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer,
Yes.
Mr. Stillman, Mrs. Van Dyke.
Yes. Okay. Operations and Finance, Dave?
I'd like to move items 1 through 10.
A second, Jay. Okay. Discussion, I just have a comment, not a comment, but in the third paragraph under number 1 where it says certain staff members, I really think that should be clarified as it was later on. You know, the certain staff members, you know, you wonder, is it should say within the unit.
Within the same, they're from within the same unit.
Yeah, well, that's what I think it should
Yeah.
say, just to be more specific. Any other comments? Kate?
I'd like to also comment on the idea of number 1. I am very, I think I support that. I think it's incredible, especially coming up in a negotiation here. I think all units should look to do that at the beginning and have it set up rather than something that is done as other districts do. I just wanted to make that comment. And I can see Barbara shake her head no at me. I'm not sure why, but I think that the SID bank is helping our community and our employees for each unit is how I see it.
Can I speak? Any other comments or discussion, Barb?
Mrs. Van Dyke has a comment.
Okay. Lenny?
I just wanted to add that we have discussed what Kate just said in the past. However, I think the board felt that it should be done on a need basis and looked at for, not that we would turn anyone down, but that to look at the true need of why that person needed it. So I think to build it into as a standard thing would take away what we're doing here. It's almost like telling people they'd have to do it. So although I understand where she's coming from, I think we felt that we should look at it case by case.
Any other comments or discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Ovchinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Ms. O'Brien? Mr. Stillman? Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes.
Okay, Dave, number 7?
I'd like to move item number 7.
Second.
Okay, roll call, Mrs.
Mr. Ovchinsky?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Christine?
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mrs. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo? Mrs. Van Dyke?
Stay.
Okay, number 8, Dave?
Okay, I'd like to move items 8 through 13.
Second.
Any questions, discussion, comments?
I want to say thank you to Barbara for consolidating them.
Yes. Good thing. No discussion, no comments, no questions. Okay, roll call, Barb?
Mr. Ovchinsky?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson? Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes.
Okay, policy, Kate?
I'd like to make a motion to approve items number 1 and 2 under policy.
Second.
Discussion, comments?
Right, just said I just read it finally.
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 So I just want to say thank you. And, since I've been on the board, number 1 has been probably the number 1 thing that I've put a lot of time and energy and passion and voice into. And we've gone around and around. It's been well over a year working on the policy and making changes and a lot of talk and a lot of difference of opinions and a lot of compromise and doing the right thing for our students and our staff. And thank you, everyone. I just want to say that because although, there's things we all disagree on, we all worked really hard on that.
And thank you for your hard work with that policy. Your expertise was very beneficial.
Okay, roll call,
Mrs. Romeo?
Yes.
Ms. O'Brien?
Yes.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes.
Ms. Ovchinsky? Mr. Stillman?
Yes.
Mr. Conklin?
Yes.
Mr. Guarino?
Yes.
Mrs. Dwyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Van Dyke?
Yes.
Thank you, Kate. Okay, committee reports and liaisons. Park and Recreation, Mr. Stillman, Mr. Marino.
I'm not getting any big jet
Right? Nothing? Okay. Safety, Mrs. Van Dyke?
We have a meeting scheduled for February 4th. It's a remote meeting.
Okay, Superintendent's Roundtable will take place on this Thursday.
Terry, is that a remote meeting or can people attend remotely to the superintendent's roundtable?
It's not remote, no.
So parents that are regulars don't have the option to attend remotely?
It's never been done.
Okay.
No, I mean, Alice, what do you think?
Each school usually has an alternate that they send.
So we try to get representation from every school. They usually have a member plus an alternate, so somebody usually can attend. If there's nobody there for a school, they simply get the notes from somebody else.
My thoughts are just, these are parents in our community whose students are on hybrid. It's during the school day.
Right.
Their students are home and, I just thought that that would be something to look into, that I was thinking about that.
I think if I could just say, I think we've talked about that at the meeting once or twice. And the parents that are there, exactly what Alex said, if they couldn't come, they have an alternate that will come. And the way we set up the meeting, I think it works best for the people who are the representatives because they know what cohort their kids are in.
And those parents that are on that committee, they do bring concerns of the people in their school to the meeting. It's just not them, it's questions from the whole school population. So, okay, anything else? All right, Passaic County School Boards Association, I have nothing. Have you heard anything, Debbie?
Yeah, I signed up for a Zoom meeting on February 8th.
Oh, it's February 8th, okay. New Jersey School Boards Association, nothing at this time. Legislative, Mr. Ofinsky?
A couple of things, a bunch of legislation in the works. The number of mental health programs, A 4433, encourages school districts to partner with institutions of higher education, train school mental health service providers. A 4434 establishes student wellness grant programs, Department of Education, mental health grants. A 4435 requires Department of Children and Families give priority to certain school districts, student mental health counseling centers, and awarding grants under the school-based youth services program. Just as a side note, 1987, I was at the community centers of mental health where the first school-based youth service program was piloted after the Burgerfield suicide. If anybody remembers that one, but the kids lost themselves in the garage. But still going strong, working on that. A 4436 established student mental health task force. A 4437 permits assistant coordinator, counselors, psychologists, other mental health professionals, and grade per students outside licensed providers. COVID prevention measures, more cooperative purchasing, A 4461, A 4454, S 2781, diversity and inclusion of institutions staffed by both houses and the way to speak of in signature for stronger diversity and inclusion education programs. S990, computer science, requires reporting to Commissioner of Education on computer science courses. S3033, Energy Efficiency Stimulus Program, helps schools upgrade their water and ventilation systems. So I think we've got the ventilation done. Anything with water, there might be more funds coming. A1616, Suicide Prevention Student ID Court require like a hotline number and information for suicide prevention on the student ID court.
Any questions,
Can I
discussion?
comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
How lucky are we that you give such a thorough report? Thank you. A lot of what Steve just talked about was a lot of wellness and mental health. You mentioned a wellness grant. I really would encourage us to look into that. I think that, and I said this as an educator in my own classroom, to my own colleagues, when this pandemic is over, our children are going to need a lot of help. And I think we're in a district where it's so beneficial that our children are having some lunchtime and some recess time. When they're all back together again, we're going to see some things that need our help. And I think and would encourage our administration to be proactive with this, especially if there's a grant that we can apply for.
I don't believe the grant information is out yet. No. We haven't seen it yet, but once we see it, if it's something that does apply to us, we'll apply to it.
I didn't, but I've spoken about my own district. We're on a half-day schedule. I said that we should stay half-day and just do social emotional learning for the rest of the afternoon when the pandemic is over. I think it's just going to be a big thing.
Dave, on the diversity, it's going to be a mandate. Is the state going to provide guidance for the type of curriculum we have to provide for that?
Because under the bill, Commissioner of Education will provide school districts with sample learning activities and resources designated to promote diversity.
Okay, good.
Hopefully provide the money.
Yeah, remember that state mandate, state pay? It doesn't happen though. Okay.
Could be an unfunded mandate.
Like they all are. Yeah.
Doesn't say anything about money.
Yeah. Okay, West Milford, any other questions, comments? All right, West Milford Alliance, Municipal, Kate and Courtney and Debbie.
You want to talk about it, Debbie? We had a meeting in January. I don't know if we talked about it or not. Have we talked about it? I have my notes here. I feel like a lot of it is things that we've already talked about. The Hearing School Kids program. We're not buying it, footprints. They're talking about perhaps doing a virtual national night out. Talking about the week program. All stuff that we've already been talking about from them. So in the works, everything.
Okay. Comments, discussion? Okay, old business.
I brought a couple things from technology.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot all about you, Ray.
It's okay, they had mentioned the branding piece, which was a big discussion that we had in technology. Some of that has to do with maybe looking at the website and revamping that. I think the two big issues out there for us are what we're going to do at board meetings, right, and how we are going to better manage our system, because we do need an upgrade with microphones, etc. And then for the schools, I think we've been talking about this probably since before Dan started teaching in the district, the upgrade to the phone system.
Oh, God.
We really need to do something about the phone systems in schools. And then just an add-on to that is, I think we're getting close to doing some things with regard to security, hopefully for high school, and maybe, hopefully sometime in the very near future, we'll do some things with upgrading it. I think cameras are there pretty old. We talked about that and what we might be able to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Old business. Kate.
I just want to say that, contact tracing, I talked to Liz today, thank you, Liz. I know that is a job within itself that is enormous. Thank you for always answering my questions about it. I think if we're in a scary time, and it just doesn't seem like we're getting out of it, a lot of numbers this month, and again, I just want to say, please, everyone, safety first. Thank you for going virtual with the high school. If we need to continue to do those things, don't be afraid to do what's right for our community and keeping us safe. I know everybody wants to be back in the building, but we have to worry about safety first as everywhere, everyone. And, I told you you're not going to be in the meeting without me mentioning it until this is over. So thank you for your hard work. I know that none of this is easy to the administration, to our teachers, to our principals, everyone. I mean, it's terrible, Thank you to our parents and, it's just, we're in a scary time and, if we need to look to go have days or if we need to look to do, don't be afraid to make changes that are best for our kids and our safety. And I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Courtney?
On a lighter note,
I'm sorry.
on a lighter note,
Everybody may.
I just wanted to comment on the people who spoke at the last meeting. I feel like when the public comes to speak to us, I find it so informative. The baseball people who spoke last week were so informative and had so many great points. I don't want to stop talking about the fields because I think it's so good for our kids and for our community. And I just want to mention that I think that the field should be for all sports, not just baseball. I love baseball, my kids play baseball, but I just wanted to throw that out there that I think as a board, we need to look at what's best for as many children as possible, and what area we would be looking to renovate that would be the most beneficial for as many kids as we possibly could help.
Thank you. Ray?
Yeah, that's great, because I'll piggyback on that. I think that was some of the discussion that David spoke about, how you could use that field for lacrosse and soccer, and you could probably do something completely different with the field up top, play grass, and you can maybe do some different things as opposed to the fields that are there now. So I think it could provide some more opportunity for maybe some soccer, for the pro field. Again, I always get into soccer anytime I talk, and Jason.
Anyone else? Okay, did I say old business? Is that what we were talking about? Okay, good. That's what I
I'll make a
thought.
motion to close old business.
No, not yet, because I'm not done.
Oh, we're not done. Sorry.
The heating system at the high school, the classrooms without the heat, has that been fixed? You said it would be fixed within the week at our last meeting?
They were supposed to start today. It's not a one-day job, it's multiple days.
Okay.
They have to replace the piping in a number of classrooms.
Okay.
So they were scheduling it, and they were supposed to start today, Tuesday. So hopefully by the time the students return next week, it'll be done.
Okay. The other question I have is we talked about the property behind Macapin that was for sale. Did we do anything about that?
No, we haven't.
Okay. And the third thing is, parents had called a number of us about that $75 parking fee at the high school.
50?
50. Has anything been done about that?
No, it hasn't been addressed by the board.
I thought we did talk about it.
No, we did talk about it, but nothing has changed.
So how do we...
It's $5 a month for anyone that's going to park.
I know, but, I know. Can we talk about it on a future agenda?
We can put it on the next Finance Committee agenda if you want.
Yeah, I think that would be good. Do you agree, people? Yeah? Okay. All right. Any other old business, right?
Since this is the budget regular meeting, Barbara, how are you doing with that and getting ready
We're getting there.
for the season?
We're getting there. The book should be ready. If not by the end of this week, then definitely the beginning of next week.
Thank you.
So, definitely before the next committee meeting.
Super busy times.
Have we heard anything about how the state is going to punish us again with lack
We're
of...
anticipating about 2.5 million.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
But we won't know until he releases that information.
It is an election year, though, so there's hope there, I think.
Oh, gosh. Does anyone else have anything from old business? Okay, motion to close old
Yes,
business?
and I'll make a motion to close old business.
And I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, new business? Kate?
On a later note, I just want to say thank you to Joe Jordan and our TV science program. How amazing on Friday night was the big debut of their new YouTube channel. If no one's heard of this, I'm going to read what Joe put out there. Hello all, I'm the current TV science teacher at West Milford Township High School, and I've uncovered many VHS tapes. Remember those VHS tapes?
Oh, gosh.
That have been in storage for years at the school. We spent hours converting many of the tapes to digital and have come up with a new show called West Milford Time Machine, where we go back in time and publish old Highlander news broadcasts, sporting and special events, and recognition assemblies on our YouTube channel, which should be linked, hopefully, if not already, to our website. Happy to announce the first Time Machine episode debuted on Friday, the 22nd of January. And lastly, if anyone out there has any old VHS tapes or film or any West Milford High School content, they would be happy to convert them and possibly air for a future Time Machine show. With that, I also want to comment, I was really happy to see, I had no idea that our bathrooms used to not have doors on the stalls. So when I watched this show, there was someone very close to me who was interviewed, and now
Very close.
very close to me. My husband was interviewed at the show in 1990 or whatever on the first debut, and there were no doors on the boys' stalls in the high school. So I'm glad to announce we have those today. So it was hysterical. What an update for the bathroom. Yeah, sorry. So thank you to Joe Jordan and the program. That was so fun.
I just like seeing the clothes back then, like, we look like that back then? Oh.
I'm excited to see future things.
So the first video they did was class of 1990. But I also, I think I was messaging Alex. I was watching one of the girls' basketball scrimmages at high school the other day after school. As mentioned earlier, they're going to do the sports programs. They're going to be live. There's no cost. You can subscribe to their channel. So I subscribe to the channel, so I get all those things in my YouTube feed, which is pretty awesome. I won't miss any of those events.
Anyone else? Okay. Second? Good. Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public comment. This portion of the meeting is open to members of the public having a legitimate interest in the actions of the board for the purpose of addressing any subject matter pertinent to and/or directly related to the operation of the West Milford School District. Members of the public who are requested to speak prior to the meeting will be recognized by the chair first. Each speaker will be given 5 minutes for a period of 30 minutes, and in time permitting, other public comment limited to 5 minutes per speaker will be allowed until the 30-minute period transpires. All speakers are asked to sign the register, give their full name, spell their last name, group affiliation if appropriate, and provide their address. Issues raised by the members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and respectful. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged, and the board and the administration will not respond to them. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded to them by the laws of New Jersey. The board is not responsible and is not liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of the legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments. Members of the public are reminded that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Is there anyone who wishes to speak? Yes, sir. Please.
Eric Lowenstein, Lowenstein, 15 Alpine Lane. Good evening. My name is Eric Lowenstein, and I am currently president of the West Milford Midget Football Association. I am here tonight in favor of the new fields. First and foremost, I love the game of football. Please do not get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with other sports, but football holds a special place in my heart. However, I believe all youth and high school sports are important. No, it is not because they are in training for a scholarship, or just maybe they will get a reduction in tuition. They are important because of the life lessons they will carry with them until they leave this earth. They get to learn the value of hard work. Youth and high school sports teach our children that race, religion, popularity, and even political affiliation disappear when they step on the field. They get to see firsthand that when everyone is working towards one common goal, all of the other insignificant stuff no longer matters. Hopefully, every time our children compete, they get to experience winning. However, we all know that they will inevitably experience losing. In my opinion, it's those moments, the moments they come up short, those are the most teachable. To be able to understand the mistakes you made, how you can improve, and possibly the most important lesson, to be able to ask yourself, was I a good teammate? In my 6 years as a youth coach in West Milford, I have been fortunate enough to see the excitement on a kid's face when they make a great play, even when they are not the most gifted athlete. I have been a part of witnessing a child work hard since day one, then halfway through the season, a light bulb goes off and they get it. I have even seen third and fourth graders hold each other accountable, resolve issues, and come to a resolution without coach intervention. I have seen those things because the field is the great equalizer. WMMFA currently uses the high school turf field for our games, Howard and Presbyterian for our practices. We really do not have a place to store our equipment. Our equipment is currently kept at Hillcrest. We are grateful for this, however. The facility is not climate controlled. As a result, a lot of our cheer and football equipment had to be thrown away and was not able to be used. We had to purchase 20 new helmets due to the mold that grew in them. Now, while new helmets are not a bad thing, it was an unforeseen expense nonetheless. Scheduling games and usage of the turf is not the easiest. I could not even imagine what it would be like if it were not for Sue Pappas and Joe Trenicosta. They deserve all of our appreciation and thanks. To sum it up, I am asking for more fields, field with future plans for snack stands where kids can get community service hours, snack stands where parents can pay a 14-year-old in this community to cover their shift, a way outside of sports to teach kids responsibility, more fields for field hockey, lacrosse, baseball, soccer, and most importantly, football. Fields where the children of the 6th grade schools in our community can come together before middle school. A field for that child who moves to another school within our town or just moves into town to get acclimated. Another avenue for these kids to make friends. Youth and high school sports help teach the children of our community lessons they will take with them for the rest of their lives. Maybe even if we are lucky, it will teach them we are all in this together, that they are not bigger than the team. A place for our kids to experience some of what Theodore Roosevelt said on April 23, 1910. A place to spend themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least fail while daring greatly, so that their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory or defeat. Thank you.
Anybody else? Mr. Francisco, anybody email in or?
No.
No, okay. Courtney? I don't know if this is my last one. No. Sorry. Okay. All right, motion to close public comment? Dave, okay. All in favor? All right. Okay, Dave, would you read the executive session? We're only going to do attorney-client privilege tonight. And no action.
At 8 p.m., made a motion to go into executive session for discussing personnel appointments, designation, current litigation matters, second litigation matters.
Only attorney-client.
Okay?
The only thing we're talking about is attorney-client privilege.
To discuss.
Oh, fine. Okay, now it's fine. Attorney privilege. Without discussion, that will not be released at such time as the litigation confidentiality is on the
And no action will be taken at this time.
no action.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, All right, I guess we will adjourn from executive session. Thank you. Thank you.
I think we're done.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you, Mike. I hope everything's okay.